The hearing loop, in its simplest form, a hearing loop is a wire that is installed around the perimeter of a facility. And let's just talk about a meeting room. But more often than not, it is not just a simple perimeter wire. It involves an array of wires and generally involves two different amplifiers. And these amplifiers have to be adjusted right so that the magnetic field within those two different loops is just strong enough for the telecoil to pick up. So how do you decide what loop installer to use? Well, first of all, experience matters. Every hearing loop installation requires a site visit. This cannot be done from looking at a picture and looking at the size of a facility. Somebody needs to come out to the facility, put down a test loop and measure the effects of metal in the building, because a lot of metal can have an effect on the magnetic signal. Good questions to ask is about the reference list. Is this the complete reference list? Is this every installation you've ever done? If this is every installation you've ever done, have you perhaps run into installations where you've run into some issues? And what kind of issues did you run into and how did you resolve them? Because my experience is that it's those hearing loop installers for whom this is most of their business who do the very best installations. Does the installer have a website? Does he or she proudly list the different installations they have done? And do they encourage you actually to go visit some of these sites to test them out? Can you talk to hearing loop users at a facility? Another question to ask of the installer would be, who did your hearing loop design? Was it you, or was it perhaps your supplier of the hearing loop equipment? Because so often a facility, once the installation is in progress, the installer may find that in some sections of the building there's a lot of metal, whereas in other sections there is not, and a hearing loop design may have to be changed on the spot. And that's where experience matters.